Sideshow Collectibles is proud to present our first diorama from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones vs. Mola. This piece depicts the scene towards the end of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom when Indy and Mola were fighting over the Shankara stones. So this is an extremely dynamic piece. The great thing about this is that it actually feels like it's hanging from the wall. The rope ladder itself is just draping down the side of the rock formation, and you've got Indy hanging on with one hand and his foot, and then you have Mola hanging on the other side with his hand and foot as well. So it really gives a lot of motion, and there's a lot of dynamic action going on here. Now the portraits on both of the characters are extremely dynamic as well. Indy is intently looking at Mola as he's trying to wrestle the bag from his hand, but Mola attention is focused completely on the bag so he can get the Shankara stones. Now most of the action with the figures on the rope bridge actually hang from the top of the base here, and the cool thing about it is there's a cut line across the back of the base. All this piece up here with all the action hanging off of it comes off of the base. There's screw holes in the back so you can hang it up on your wall, and it gives it an even more dynamic feeling. Some of the great details on this piece is the fabric is really fantastic. It's really dynamic. Even the cuts in the back of Indy's shirt where he was whipped earlier in the movie, he's got all those and it's all painted up. You can see the scars on Indy's back underneath the shirt. Everything on this thing is sculpted, but the detail is awesome. Even the little lines inside the whip, and the intensity of the scene is captured perfectly in both of their portraits. We really wanted to start this Indiana Jones series of dioramas off with a bang, and our artists at Sideshow Collectibles really accomplished it with this piece, and there's going to be a lot more from where this came from. This is the Indy vs. Mola diorama from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom from Sideshow Collectibles.